first. So tapping into the soul matrix is the first way, to find out those very personal statistical analysis. I mean, I can do readings, okay, and sometimes I do for people, but I don't really like to, because it's so much more meaningful if you find it yourself. Right. It's like, being on an Easter egg hunt, and if the grown-up is standing there saying, yeah, there's one, the kid doesn't have any fun finding it. It's not, the experience is lost because of it.
So experientially, it's obviously more powerful.
Yes. When it comes from inside you, it is yours, and you feel, and there's a meaning assigned to it that you will never get by somebody explaining it to you on the outside. And that really goes for any of this data. Right. I can explain things, or even, some psychics can explain things, but when you find it within, at least you have a framework with what they're teaching us in Kilanta. They're showing you that you are a member of a family tree of consciousness. The fact that you exist implies the fact that there are 11 other physical incarnate beings in different time-space locations that are part of your family. And there are also, that's one soul. Your soul is not a singular identity. Your incarnate is. Your soul is a plural. It has 12 faces. And the soul is part of a larger identity called the Oversoul. And the Oversoul is composed of 12 souls, each with their 12 identities. So you're dealing with 144 incarnates in your immediate family. And that's just your immediate, Oversoul level family. When you start to connect with that, when that starts to have meaning rather than just hearing it from the outside, but you start to get this fact, more data becomes available to you, for one. And it becomes a process of, how do I put it, knowing everything in a different context. Because once you realize you are part of a plural, nothing looks the same out here anymore. You begin to understand what the words unified field means and all that kind of thing. So, that's the question.
For the people who are new here, who haven't heard how you describe the soul family tree, maybe it would be a nice idea to explain to them that in the 12 incarnates, or the 144, that all of this exists at the same time. Now,
okay.
And would you like to elaborate?
The concept of simultaneous.
In other words, you actually plugged me into that, by telling me, about one or two, but which opened a door just by knowing that little bit. Does give you your awareness, vastness. In other words, you could think in a whole different way. So perhaps if they knew that, if they could recognize the 12 incarnates and know that